Right now, Pittsburgh's best sports show is about to begin. Call us or tweet us. We've got things to talk about on the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call.
Hello and welcome into the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. I'm your host tonight, Cassidy Wood. Not a whole lot of pro sports to talk. I mean, look, the Steelers are on a bye this weekend. Pirates not in the playoffs, and the Penn season starts on Tuesday. So as far as the pro side goes of things, it's, a little bit of a slower weekend. Thankfully, a lot of college football to talk about today, though. Also, the Phillies and Dodgers. Phillies blew a 3-0 lead, by the way. The Dodgers winning that first game. So Red October over in Philadelphia. But as for here in Pittsburgh, no postseason baseball. But you guys, what two games we saw today. First of all, Pitt. Impressive win. It was their first Power 4 victory since October 24th of last year. So they beat it by 2 weeks, in literally 2, maybe 3 weeks. It would have been 365 days since they beat a Power 4 team. So, hey, at least they got a win over Boston College. Some craziness with that, though. I mean, Pat Narduzzi told us all week long, even yesterday, that Eli Holstein would be starting. Switched it up on us, started the true freshman. It worked out, so that's good. And then with Penn State, didn't get the win at UCLA. I mean, they went to Pasadena facing a Bruins team that was 0-4. They had never led in any of their 4 games so far this season, but against Penn State, they took a 7-0 lead early and never gave the lead up, ultimately winning it. So just crazy college football today, Mackey. We were together last night here on Sports Call, and I don't think we could have predicted either of these games happening the way they did. We were just talking last night about how important this Pitt game was going to be today for Eli Holstein and for the entire offense to get something going. And man, he switched it up. I mean, it felt like right before kickoff and threw in that true freshman, Mason Heinkel, I believe. I need to work on that pronunciation, but man, impressive game by him, but we could have not predicted this.
Yeah, we're all going to have to work on that pronunciation, Cassidy. Yeah. Heinkel, I believe, is how you say it. But, man, I'll just call him Mason, and I'll call him really good. The last time I remember a true freshman playing that well for Pitt, I don't know, Kenny Pickett way back when. I mean, it's a pretty cool conversation for him. And credit to Pat Narduzzi, credit to Pitt. The defense was really good. Wide receivers made plays for Mason Heinkel. And it's a gutsy move. I mean, obviously they're paying Eli Holstein a lot of money to be at Pitt and theoretically to start for Pitt, but this offense had been stagnant, and bringing in Mason Heinkel was not a small move, was not a small thing for Pat Narduzzi to say. He did it right from the jump. I loved it. I loved what this kid did today. And it was an important win for Pitt. They shut down Boston College, and we talked about it last night. I mean, if you are, 2-3 with really your season done after 3 losses, Pitt's got a lot of big questions to answer. But instead, we're going to talk about the true freshman quarterback because he was awesome. Yeah,
and I mean, it's so crazy just the landscape of college sports we're living in right now. And I know we talk about it often, but just to think, I mean, Eli Holstein, this is a guy who came back. I'm pretty sure he's getting $1.5 million, maybe even $1.8 million to play quarterback at this university, and he gets benched in the 4th quarter and then gets, a true freshman starts over him today. It's so crazy to wrap my head around that thought that these donors are putting up so much money for a guy who just isn't going to produce. But that's just the landscape we live in. I mean, you're taking a chance on it, but still just so crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's small potatoes, too, right? What they have going on at the University of Pittsburgh. And, I give Pitt credit for ponying up the money to retain Eli Holstein. I think it was the right decision at the time. But now with a little bit more context, and look, we have to see this play out as well. I mean, Mason Heinkel played 1 game against what is probably a mediocre Boston College team.
Right.
Let's see how he does in the thick of the ACC schedule. But I know this, the Pitt offense has not looked like that this season. It had not looked like that since they started 7-0 last year. So I want to see more. I'm not in any hurry to give Eli Holstein any reps. I don't feel bad about it. He's making a lot of money. If this continues, he won't be making a lot of money, at least not at the University of Pittsburgh. And if this offense continues looking like it did, coupled with Pitt's defense, I like Pitt's chances, at least to have a respectable showing in the ACC anyway, not necessarily to win it. I think they're too far down, but we're not going to be talking about this season being an embarrassment if Mason Heinchel plays like this.
Yeah, and more importantly, too, I think this offense was just finally having fun, it felt like. You know, I feel like for so long it's felt kind of dragging, and, you know, I felt like the guys could kind of let loose out there, and they were having fun. I mean, one of those touchdown passes looked like he just kind of lobbed it over to him on the side. I mean, it looks like, you know, they're playing kind of carefree, at least today. Maybe it was the opponent. Maybe it was, you know, the game planning. I don't know. But, yeah, it just looked like for once they were playing more free than we've seen them play.
Cassidy, I think it was Kenny Johnson that said this, and if I misattribute this quote, I'm sorry, Kenny. But somebody on offense said that's the best rhythm that we've been in all year, and I would agree with that. I think that's a good way of putting it. I mean, that's how Cade Bell's offense should look, and that's what the Panthers were going for. No, Eli Holstein wasn't executing it. Obviously, there were other concerns. It wasn't just the quarterback, but yeah, I mean, we saw the prototype today, and I don't think this was a one-game thing for Mason Heinchel. I mean, some of the throws he was making, I mean, those are adult throws. Those are NFL-level throws. And, you know, yes, we need to not be that far out over our skis, but at the same time, you're watching what this kid is doing. I do think that translates to better opponents. Yeah,
now what'd you make of him kind of throwing Eli Holstein there in the end? I thought that was kind of wild. 7 minutes left in the game, and you toss him in there. I don't know. I feel like that doesn't help a guy like that's confidence when he gets benched, gets a true freshman, starts over him, and then you throw him in garbage time.
That's his job right now, though.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I'm not getting the kid who just threw for 323 yards and 4 touchdowns. I'm not getting him hurt. Sure. I'd rather have Eli Holstein in there. And I don't know. I mean, they need to – I feel like Herm Edwards. I mean, they need to play to win the game.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you're not going to make a quarterback move. You can't make a quarterback move unless Mason Heinchel gives you a reason, which, again, you'll evaluate it week to week, and he's going to start again, and you'll see what you have. And maybe Eli Holstein comes back in and reclaims his job. I don't know. But right now, Eli Holstein's role in the team is mop-up duty and help the young kid succeed.
Yeah. All right, guys, with that, we're going to head to our first break. Give us a call, 412-575-2600. We want to hear from you guys. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. This is our Xfinity tweet of the night from Field Yates. Penn State is the first top 10 team to lose to an 0-4 or worse opponent in 40 years. Brutal. Ugh, just so terrible. We did spend the opening segment talking about Pitt, praising that true freshman quarterback, Mason Heinchel. But now let's switch gears over to Penn State and the colossal downfall that happened today in Pasadena. Now, Mackey, I will say this, granted the travel can't make things easy. I mean, these kids are traveling further than they ever have in the history of college football, and it is crazy. I think it's a little outlandish. But that being said, what happened today in Pasadena against an 0-4 UCLA team was something none of us could have predicted. UCLA came out, scored a touchdown immediately, went up 7-0. There was a surprise onside kick that ended in a field goal, and just like that, they were up 10-0 before Penn State's offense even touched the ball. It was just crazy game planning by UCLA, but also on the flip side, James Franklin, I mean, he said after the game, that loss to Oregon, they really set them back, and it's on him as a coach to get these guys ready for the next game. I think maybe they not overlooked, but maybe they underestimated this UCLA offense. You know, they are 0-4. Maybe they weren't totally focused on the next game. As Drew Aller said last night, too, that we talked about. It's a 24-hour rule. You soak it up for 24 hours, the winner, the loss. It's on to the next opponent. Maybe some of that lingered a little bit. So, man, just not what we could have expected today.
Cassidy, I don't think I'm alone feeling this way. I am tired of hearing it. Yeah. Really. I mean, it's not about the travel. Maybe it's about the individual game planning. That was not good. I mean, overall, this was a game that Penn State needed to win by 40. And now we're sitting here talking about a loss. I mean, I don't know where James Franklin and the Penn State fan base, and I'm sure the Penn State administration, go from here. I mean, we'll talk about the specifics of the UCLA game. I'm thinking bigger after this one. I mean, James Franklin, based on what I've seen, is not the right guy for this program. This is an absolutely horrid loss. It can't happen. Some of the stuff that we saw, you know, just to get a little bit more granular, like the play call, 4th and 1, you're going to run like some sort of jet sweep motion option. I don't even know what you would call that. I don't know what it was supposed to be. I mean, it was silly. And just James Franklin did not have his team ready to play any which way. You knew UCLA was going to play loose, free, take some chances. They had 300 yards at halftime. Penn State's defense, all they have coming back, you go and pluck Jim Knowles from Ohio State. You have one of the best defensive coordinators in the country. You can't run the ball. You have the best running back duo in the country. You have Drew Aller, who's been around since 1997. He's not able to figure out and make a throw in a big game. I mean, there's just a lot that this loss exposed. None of it good. And I can't chalk this up to a normal loss. The conversation has to be bigger with this school right now.
Yeah, and it's kind of crazy, too. I mean, after the Penn State-Oregon game, they went into halftime tied at 3, very slow start. After that game, Drew Aller said the number one thing, they need to come out and be ready to play and start fast. And UCLA did that. They started fast. Penn State did not. They had 1 touchdown going into halftime. And then all of a sudden, they found a rhythm and put up 27 points in the second half. It has been so lopsided, these first and second halves, at least in these last 2 games by Penn State. And I mean, they do. They need to come out and start fast, and they have not done that. So crazy. But let's go to the phone lines because we have a lot of people calling in probably about Penn State. So let's go to Frank in Taylorstown. Frank, what's going on?
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking my call. I can't agree with you more. He is supposed to be a leader. He's making $8.5 million a year and getting 2.75 bonuses to make the college football, and to give an excuse of travel. And it's on coaching. I mean, you had to know that the onside kick, the guy didn't even look for the ball. It's all about coaching. He doesn't know how to make adjustments. Pay the $48 million, get him out, and find somebody that will literally be able to take us to the next level. All these guys came back for a national championship, and you might as well say it's over. It's not going to happen. I would love your thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think part of it is a disciplinary issue. The onside kick was inexcusable. It was crazy that, nobody could catch that. That's what they were doing. I mean, you could tell as it was happening. So they need to be more disciplined, that's for sure. $48 million is a lot to buy out a coach, though. I know, there's been talks about Narduzzi as well at $38 million here at Pitt. I mean, it's just so much money to throw at a guy to get someone out. But at this point, I mean, I know these Nittany Lions fans are probably hoping for that, Mackey.
Yeah, I mean, is this the guy that's going to lead Penn State to the next level? What evidence do we have? I mean, yes, this was a bad loss. I'm not chalking it up to the travel. Just to cite another play that I probably should have earlier, how about on the safety? Where James Franklin's not bringing any pressure and the UCLA punter's just able to hang out in the back of the end zone for an extra 8 seconds. Why is Penn State not prepared in that situation? Right. But again, I agree with the caller that the conversation has to be bigger. I don't know what an exit strategy would look like. James Franklin can't be having a great time right now, although I don't care. If you're a Penn State alum, if you're a Penn State administrator, if you're a Penn State booster, any of this stuff, I mean, this is 5-alarm disaster at this point, because we're sitting here talking about them having a horrible loss to UCLA. I mean, let's talk about a 4-21 record against top 10 teams. Let's talk about the same old stuff where Penn State is not able to get to that next level of college football. And for what a great, gigantic, proud school that Penn State is, that should not be acceptable. You have to find a way out of this. You have to find a new direction.
Yeah, I agree with you. All right, let's go to JD and Beaver. JD, what's going on?
Hey, you guys stole my thunder. That's what I was just going to say about how long you can keep this Franklin. You know what I mean? He's always making his excuse, it's on me, it's on me. Well, if it's on him, it's time to go.
Yep.
This is a shame. I mean, their chance of winning the Big Ten, and be realistic, is Ohio State has to lose 2 games, and one of those would be to Penn State, or you're going to have to lose 3 games, because if they lose 2, they've still got the tiebreaker with them. I don't know why they're keeping this guy. I mean, he looks like he's lost out there.
Yeah.
The only thing I'll say, Cassidy, is I would keep him through the year. I wouldn't make the change right now. I would say, okay, James, this is on you. Anything short of a Final Four appearance by some miraculous measure, which I don't think it's going to happen, you're gone. I mean, that's the way I feel about it. And the minutia of it you can talk about later, but this guy has to be coaching for his job right now, and they need some sort of Ryan Day level magical playoff run I don't think it's going to happen, but that's the only way I see them keeping him.
I mean, honestly, I felt like after that Oregon loss, he was coaching for his job, and then he went to Pasadena and did this today. So, you know,
he didn't coach much for his job there.
Yeah. All right, let's go to Eric in Johnstown. Eric.
Hey, good evening, guys. How you doing?
Hey, Eric.
Couple quick points on Penn State. The natives are restless in Unhappy Valley right now. I agree with you guys. No excuses. This is supposed to be our year. Loaded up, did what Michigan and Ohio State did, and trying to make a run. Literally, we have to get lucky now, run the table, and hope for some key losses in the Big Ten to even have a chance. One final little note, switching gears a little bit. Penn State, Gavin McKenna, his debut last night, we're turning in maybe to Hockey Valley instead of the football power. Maybe we'll do it with hockey. Hey.
You know
Just
what,
don't
Eric?
let Franklin around the ice, okay?
Right. Right. I will say this, too. At least Penn State has so many other sports that are excelling right now. I mean, last year it was like, 5 of their major programs made it deep in their respective, playoffs. So just very impressive. Hockey is going to be very exciting to follow this season as well, especially with Gavin McKenna there. Frozen Four last season. So it'll be exciting to watch them this year. All right, guys. Also, tap your phone, scan the QR code up there. Penn West University question of the night. Should Pitt start Mason Heinchel going forward? Let us know there. And with that, we're going to take our last break. Give us a call, 412-575-2600. Welcome back to the Nightly Sports Call. We have about a minute left in show here, Jason, and obviously the Steelers on their bye this week, but I think it's so crazy that we're going to watch some AFC North football tomorrow with Dylan Gabriel at quarterback, Jake Browning at quarterback, and Cooper Rush. I mean, who thought going into this season Aaron Rodgers would be the only starting quarterback from, training camp in the AFC North? I mean, who could have predicted this? It's crazy.
Just like we thought, the Steelers have the most stable quarterback situation. They're playing the most consistent football. The Steelers, they have to be going to the AFC Championship game, right? That's their only path.
Yeah. Yeah, fingers crossed that happens. I'm hoping, too, that, this bye week, as early as it was, hopefully it helps out these injuries. I know it's going to be a tough road ahead, though. 12 straight weeks of games is not going to be easy for this team.
No, and they've got a Thursday night. That'll be sort of like a fake bye, and it'll help them to get Joey Porter Jr., Jalen Warren, Alex Highsmith back. Cassidy, I have been impressed by this team after 4 games. I know it's a little bit early to overreact, but better than I thought anyway.
Yeah, me as well. So we'll see what happens with the AFC North tomorrow. Huge question mark there, I think, with all 3 teams. And then we'll see it with the Steelers next week. But, Jason, thank you so much for joining me tonight. Guys, thank you for joining me. That is the final result of the poll. 90% saying yes, start Mason. So there you go. I'll see you guys next time. Same place, same time.